let's bring Steve Levy up.
Steve Levy!
Steve Levy, ladies and gentlemen. Steve Levy.
What's happening? Hey, Steve, what's up with the 20 empty seats? Should we stop doing the show?
No, we should keep doing the show.
As the audience dwindles?
I think, yeah. For this show, yeah, it seems like our numbers
Well,
this
should we
week.
target like a year though? Because it's subscriptions, like because we have to. If we're gonna stop doing the show, we have to decide like a year in advance.
Yeah, that's on you, I think, right?
Yeah. Like let's. I don't like to be dramatic about stuff, but I can't afford to. I don't have the option. What do you think, Spencer, in terms of the D&D business? What do you think?
Whatever you guys want, man.
You always say that.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
What about you? What do you want?
I want to play D&D.
Aww. Aww.
Let's do it for the people at home. The people at home.
Does it make you happy, Spencer?
I don't know if it makes me happy. It certainly makes me feel wanted.
Looks like we need to
That's a
get...
big part of the biological necessity of happiness or whatever, the drive for it, because it has to do with like, happiness is like this like Velcro that holds a tribe together, because like, and they immediately, the first thing they did is they were like, oh, is it just cute people? Are people that are attractive just happy because everyone likes them and it has nothing to do with happiness? Like, is there just another factor? And they had to eliminate all that stuff in some very uncomfortable experiments, I'm sure. Excuse me, sir, would you like to answer some questions about your life? Why? Well, you seem very happy. Okay, why am I in a room full of half handsome people?
Which half?
Because maybe you're handsome. I don't know. Why am I sitting on the other side of the room with a lot of ugly people who are also happy?
And why are the beautiful people frowning at us?
Happiness.
You know about those carrier pigeons? I've been listening to this podcast.
No, go on.
Not so easy, is it?
I've been listening to this podcast, Business Wars. You guys know about the Business Wars?
All the time, baby.
Yes.
There's some good wars between those businesses. There's Netflix and Blockbuster and Adidas and Nike.
Shout
and,
out to
Marvel and DC. Some really fun companies. And right now they're doing Hearst versus Pulitzer in the news business back in the day.
You're talking about all-time corporate rivalries, like 30 for 30, but corporate.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a really fun podcast. Anyway, today they're talking about carrier pigeons.
Which is
Because
what the Rothschilds...
so there was this
Versus the gun?
versus
Versus the cell phone.
So Hearst invested heavily in pigeons that would actually carry messages throughout New York City. They would go 90 miles per hour and would know exactly where to go. And there was this big trial that they were trying to get the scoop on before Pulitzer.
Where did you come from before this, man?
What? I just found it fascinating.
What were you doing backstage that made you...
Catching up some work, listening to some podcasts. I don't know.
Right,
it's crazy.
You know, the Rothschilds.
Pigeons.
The Rothschilds also used carrier pigeons. You don't give a shit about what I'm... Okay. Rothschild, I'm trying to help you.
I'm trying to talk about 1930s New York railroad barons. You think I wanted to do this? I'm just trying to put a smile on your face.
Yes. So to co-sign what you are saying, the Rothschilds also use carrier pigeons.
But they're extinct.
How did this
They
happen?
went into extinct in the
business.
1910s. I don't know.
You know what else about optimism and happiness?
Oh.
Martin Luther King, his branding, optimism, use your I statements. Like I heard that TED Talk where it talks about the effectiveness of leaders and stuff. Martin Luther King, why was his branding so effective? He wasn't the first guy to notice things were bad and all that stuff. He used his I statements and he said, I believe, I have a dream. His speech wasn't called "I have a plan," or I have 10 rules about how everyone should operate. It's like I have a dream, and his dream was like 2 kids holding hands, and if you couldn't get behind that, then you're like, all right, you're in the minority, and like most people are like, yeah, well, when you put it that way, I can access that. It's like a vision. Like that's what leadership is. You go, I believe, like first, like the most important thing, optimism is the opposite of pessimism. Pessimism is the thing that like infects you and it fucks everything up. Everybody that's mad right now, they're pessimistic. And so some people are moving to try to get behind the thing that they're scared is going to happen. So that, because no one wants to be a fool. So they're like, okay, world's falling apart. That's kind of what I've been doing, like hiding. Like I don't want to be a loser in that battle. So like, oh, okay, let me scoot away and over here and stuff. And then but optimism is the only thing that's going to actually counter that sickness. But it seems stupid to us. Like optimists seem stupid to us because they believe more crazy shit. And they're actually less accurate. They do these studies. Oh, there's this study that was hilarious in the book. So they take people and they put them in a room with a light switch that straight up just works randomly. So, and they go like, hey, turn on the light 20 times or something like that. And then the light switch is like programmed to just be random. So like it just, when you turn it on, sometimes it comes on, sometimes not. When you turn it off, if it's on, sometimes it goes off, sometimes it doesn't. The depressed people that they pre-screen for, like, oh, you're depressed, come do this experiment. They're like a control group. They asked them like, hey, what was going on with the light switch, huh? And the depressed people nailed it. They're like, well, it's fucking random is what it was, because I turned it on the first time and I was like, what the fuck's going on? And so I tested it and they're like clued in. Like they get reality. If you're depressed, like you understand what's sad about the world and what's not working. You're like finely tuned to it. The happy people, they were like, what's up with that light switch? And they're like, I know, 30% of the time it was just out of control.
Yeah. They don't believe a conspiracy.
Yeah, they're delusional.
Right.
And so, but there's a difference between that delusion and being delusional about the things that matter, because the thing is, in terms of society, that delusion makes shit happen.
Right, and happy people go, that shit happens, and depressed people go, that shit's happening to me.
Right, and like if everyone is depressed and everyone is like noticing how the light switch doesn't work, when the light switch is a real light switch, that's incredibly helpful. Thank you. You're Vin Diesel in Pitch Black. Like, thank you. You can see things that I can't see. Thank you for saving me from the monsters, but this isn't a real light switch. When you're talking about like fucking democracy, or you're talking about like mankind deserving a chance against giraffes or asteroids, like you actually need that fucking Bill Pullman to get out there and be like, hey everybody, let's fight together the aliens. Like there's no reason to do that. If there's anybody that's sad out there, they're like, this is bullshit. I'm flying away from the aliens because we're all gonna die. That person's correct, but not gonna win. All right, whatever. But
No, you're exactly right. It's kind of why they start with the first images of just straight bullshit. So you kind of knew that this administration was going to go after women and children first, because that's the most shocking and jarring. It's sort of designed to make you freak the fuck out. So they show you the hardest of hard. It's a little bit of a like precursor to what's about to happen, to wear you down. But we're not going to be worn down. Right?
Well, I'm pretty worn down, but
finally I'm someone. I was at home on my couch when I got this phone call.
Hey guys, I just wanted to step in and say, everybody be aware of guns.
Yes! MC gun control. Boop, 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 boop.
That's it. I'm proud of our audience. They're tired of that bit. That was a test. You guys passed.